What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists, and welcome to this week's episode of P&Q, the question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me, then I respond to you the following week. Now you can do this one of four ways. One, pop your comment or question down below in the comments section, that's the easiest and most common way. Two, email me directly for an anonymous response at miniwarzone@gmail.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. 3, if you make a video yourself on your channel and I see it and want to answer it, I'll answer that here as well. Or 4, if we're talking in person and a topic or question comes up, then I'll use that here as well. Now I have one video topic this week. I have a video question and then the rest are comments, questions. But before we start, I just want to say thank you to everyone for your well wishes. That was great. So I got the results for this yesterday at the time of recording this. I went to the hospital and the results were that the piece of skin they took from my face was benign. So that's good. That's cool. I mean, I was positive anyway. But that said, it's always nice to get it confirmed, isn't it, by a specialist and to say, like, nothing to worry about. It's all cool. Where all systems go. So that's that. Now this week I'm going to answer the video topic which comes from Mike Kronos channel. It's regarding copyright. I'm going to come to that last, so I'm going to do that last and the video question probably. So I'm going to start with the responses I had from last week's video, and starting with IdicBeer40k. Now Nick says, nice one, Pete. With Christmas looming closer, what is your favourite Christmas dessert? Easy peasy. It's traditional Christmas pudding with cream. Yeah, but without the money inside, because I don't want to choke, But yeah, just traditional Christmas pudding with a healthy helping of cream on top. Naughty, but nice. Basic Miniature Painting is next, and he says, great video, Pete. Question, if you got banned from YouTube, where would you turn to? Would it be Twitch or someone else? No, there you go. There's and that's touching lightly upon what I want to talk about with Mike's topic later on. But if I was banned from YouTube, where would I go? Would it be Twitch? No, it wouldn't be Twitch because that's live streaming, isn't it? As far as I'm aware. So, no, it wouldn't be Twitch. I might check out Vimeo, see if it's any good. Maybe. I would check out, definitely, I would look for I know YouTube is like the number one in the video social media market, but if I failed to find anything on another platform, would I do a blog? No. Although I think Tumblr is quite good at doing, you can do blogs type stuff on there, but you can't organise your videos into playlists as far as I'm aware. Now I may be completely wrong about this, but it doesn't interest me. So what I would probably do is look into getting a professional website and host my videos on there, so I can put my videos up into my own little sections then, and I would just start the game from scratch, from the ground up, and do that. Maybe I'll do that in the future anyway, who knows. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'll just do it myself, and if that wasn't an option either, then I'd just say, whatever, not bothered. I'll just carry on my hobby and watch other people's channels while they still exist. Hey, Drake's War channel is next. Good question, by the way. Basic Miniature Painting. Drake's War channel is next. Says, I had to make sure they actually posted my question this time. Lol. I enjoyed the walk that day tremendously. And then he goes on. My question is: have you ever considered using 6mm micro armor for wargaming? If Micro Armor is a manufacturer brand, no, I haven't. I have certainly considered using 6mm for wargaming, though, yes. But Micro Armor, if that's a brand of models, then I would have to definitely check them out. So yes, kind of is the answer to that. So if that is what they are, then yes, I have considered looking into the 6mm for wargaming. Definitely. Thank you for your question. Frost and Fists is next. Says, a great video, Pete. 4 miles is an impressive hike. Thank you so much for your kind words. It's good to have friends that care about my well-being. Hey, that's cool. Autocorrect gets us all in the end, lol. I'm very much looking forward to your next episode, my friend. Take care, Wolf Brother Mifos. Thank you, sir. No worries. I mean, you know, we're all friends here, and it's a great community, and I'm proud to be part of it. And I enjoy being a part of this community, however small. And so the last question that comes from last week's video. So it's a short one this week, and I did put up I think I'll talk about that after this question. Jim White says 4 miles plus. Well done, because it was about 4.5 miles the hike I did on the old walk and talk episode of P&Q, and I may do something like that again in the future. Who knows? I may do. Nothing's definite though. Nothing's definite. Oh, actually, I need that sheet still. I've still got the right. I'll do the video question from Black Country Wargamer on his Ask My Audience series. Says, what would you do if you finished painting all the models in your entire collection and didn't want to or couldn't purchase any more? I just carry on playing. That's what I would do. Playing, wouldn't bother me. Well, it would bother me if I couldn't. I mean, not being able to paint is a very real possibility in my future. Not being able to financially purchase any more, that's always a possibility in anybody's future, isn't it? But I hope not. But I'm just going to keep going as long as I can on that one. But if I couldn't, then I'd still play, and if I wasn't able to play, I'd find something else, I guess. Find a different hobby, maybe. Because if I couldn't paint, the chances are I wouldn't be able to enjoy playing that much either if I couldn't see properly, say, for instance. So I suppose it comes down to a choice, like you say, if you didn't want to. If I didn't want to paint anymore, then I'd just stick to playing. But if I couldn't paint anymore, then chances are I'd probably be having to look for another hobby, so I hope that doesn't ever happen. Okay, so before I come on to the video topic, which is quite an important one, I think, which is why I've saved it till last, I want to say, thank you to everyone. The questions that were left from last week's video, they weren't so many this week, but I do appreciate each and every one of you, even if it's just a comment that isn't actually a question. I so appreciate that. But if you could do me a real solid and share the video out as much as you can, doesn't matter what platform you share it on, just share. The more people that see it, the better. The more questions I may get to answer then, so that would be good, because this show runs on questions or comments. Anyway, so on to the final topic, which wasn't actually a question, but it was such an interesting topic, I thought, I've got to do this. I mean, I contemplated doing a separate video on it, but I thought, no, I'll answer it here. So it comes from Kronos Basilicus, the channel, Kronos Basilicus, that's how I pronounce it, Mike, and he was talking about copyright infringement, and it's a huge topic, I think, to talk about, and I'm not going to do it justice here, but basically he had a little bit of an issue with an image he was using in certain videos regarding copyright, and so he was saying, so what do you think? So I'd like to say what I think about it. Now, in order to do this, I've downloaded some stuff on copyright, what you need to know and that sort of stuff. So I'm not going to go through all that, but I'm just going to look at it and pick out some stuff. So I mean this is basically what you need to know and what types of imagery you can get and where, all that kind of stuff. So what are the different types of stock images? So stock images break down into two main types: royalty-free and rights managed. For royalty-free images, you get nearly unlimited use. You can use the image in virtually any application for as long as you like, in as many different projects as you like, as long as you comply with the terms of the license agreement. The image is available to use from when you purchase a license following payment of the license fee. No additional royalty payments are owed. With rights managed images, your right to use the image is typically restricted, with limitations placed on things such as duration of use, geographic region, industry, etc., as established by your license agreement. Now, the next question which comes up is probably what gets a lot of people and traps a lot of people, and it is, can I use royalty-free images for free? And the answer is no. Royalty-free means that once a license fee is paid, the images may be used many times without paying additional fees, but the initial license is necessary to protect yourself and your clients. When you license a royalty-free image, you can use it in nearly any application for as long as you like, according to your license agreement, although some kinds of uses do require an extended license. The cost is often based on file size, the number of permitted users, as well as other factors. Now, copyright, we all know what copyright is, but I'll just break it down for you. It's a form of protection provided by the law to the authors of original works of authorship by virtue of the Berne Convention of the Protection of Literacy and Artistic Works. They're protected in 160 countries that are party to the convention, as well as various other laws such as the US Copyright Act. And we're talking about images here, so does this apply to all images? Any image you use from the internet or wherever? Answer: yes, this applies to all images. From the time it is created, a photo or other image is automatically protected by copyright. So bear that in mind. Now, I'm not trying to frighten people here, but just bear that in mind, because I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do with my channel at the end. So what is copyright infringement? This can include a violation of the rights of the creator or rights holder. Examples of imagery infringement may include use of whole or part of an image without permission, use beyond the scope of a license or permission, adapting an image without permission, art rendering. That's something we as YouTubers do a lot, I think. Asking another photographer to identically recreate the image. So, who's responsible when an infringement occurs? Responsible parties may include the party that infringed, the photographer, or the person that stole the image in the first place, even if unintentionally. Employees or others who participated in the original infringement, anyone who published the infringing image, whether they had knowledge or not, anyone who authorized or encouraged infringement. Why should I worry about copyright infringement? Infringement of copyright may result in monetary damages, lawsuits, costly legal fees, and under some rare circumstances, criminal charges. Now, like I say, I'm not trying to be a scaremonger here, but sorry if you can hear the dogs there. So I'm not trying to be a scaremonger, but people are getting, and technology is enabling people to get wise to this. So, question: surely no one will be able to find one image in the whole of the internet? The answer: new technology now enables copyright owners to identify unlicensed imagery and act to protect their rights. Imagery is fingerprinted so that it can be tracked and found in use, even if it has been modified, recreated, or only part of the image has been used. The image is then flagged up to the copyright owner so they can check if the correct license is held. So now I think a lot of people, including big channels, do this. So be careful. Question: I'm using an image I found through a Google image search. If it's on the internet, doesn't that mean it's free? Answer: no. Just because an image is on the internet, it doesn't mean the image is free to use. You may still need the correct license to use it. There's a difference between an image being online and an image being in the public domain, the term given to the content that is not owned or controlled by anyone. And we've got here, to anyone thinking of doing their own websites. Someone else created my website. Am I liable if the images are not licensed correctly? Answer. If a third-party designer, employee, contractor or intern designed and developed your company's website, you are responsible for ensuring they have licensed the images for your use. If no valid licenses exist, the liability of any infringement may fall on the company, the end client who used the image. If someone else built my website, how will I know when the license will expire? Answer. Don't assume your designer or image provider will contact you about an expiring license. Where the license to an image expires, which is generally not the case with royalty-free images, the imagery provider may send a renewal notice to the purchaser of the license. So your designer may receive this notice if they licensed it on your behalf. It is best to get invoice numbers or sales order numbers for the images on the website and contact your imagery provider to confirm if the license is connected to your website. It is also wise to keep all your licenses organized so that you know the scope and expiration dates of each license. Question. I'm just a blogger and my site is non-commercial. Can I use images for free? Answer. In most cases, no. Unless your use is specifically permitted by copyright law, all the images on your website must be properly licensed regardless of the nature of your site. You can, however, license very inexpensive images from many imagery providers that are perfect for web use and will be properly licensed. How can I be sure I've taken the appropriate steps in licensing an image? Answer. There are various places that you can go for information. Hopefully the website will give you a basic understanding of the potential risks you need to bear in mind. You should consult with your legal counsel. That's getting deep in it. If you have specific questions, please also see our resources section for more information, and also take a look at our what you need to do section. And it goes on, like I've paid for this, and you know what happens then, and which suppliers offer protection, you know what sort of disputes can arise. It goes on and on and on. So basically, I'll do another one. Question. Aside from trademarked items, do I need to be wary of any other items appearing in the image? Yes. Artistic items such as paintings and sculptures appearing in an image are protected by copyright laws. Also, copyright laws in the countries protect images of unique architectural works or buildings. In addition, some images of buildings are actually registered trademarks, such as the Sydney Opera House. This is getting ridiculous. A property release gives consent to use image of a copyrighted artistic work and also protects against claims of infringement of copyright or trademark for buildings depicted in an image. It is always best to check if a property release is in place. If a property release is not in place, it could mean that the legal protection is not offered on that particular image. Are there any reasons why legal protection might be granted if a claim arises? Usually certain conditions need to be met for the supplier to provide legal protection to a customer if a claim arises. These will be laid out in the terms and conditions of the supplier's license agreement. For example, the customer may need to notify the supplier of the claim with a certain time frame, and customers must be in compliance with the terms of the license agreement for legal protection to be offered. Free images and Creative Commons. Is it possible to get free images legally? Answer: yes. There are sources of free legal images. And does that mean that these free images have no copyright? Answer: no. Copyright is automatically granted to the creator of any image. That copyright holder must specifically declare that the image is free to use. So I'm not going to go on. There's a lot more. And I'm not going to go on to that because I think I've scared people enough with this. But the case in point of Mike was contacted by someone who obviously owned the image. It's a very grey area, I feel, though. Just excuse me a moment. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. It's a very grey area because, okay, suppose you take a picture, or say you create an image. No, we'll start with a picture first. Say you take a photo of your Space Marine, say, I don't know, just an ultramarine. No, no, 10 months later, you see it on the internet, someone else is using it on as a thumbnail. You think, hey, hang on a minute, that's my photo. How can you prove that? How do you prove that? I mean, I'm sure there's a way, but how do you prove it? Well, there must be for all this begumphery here. But, you know, so this brings me to a very important kind of almost channel update announcement thing regarding my channel. My channel is currently undergoing changes of things like thumbnails and things like that, and other images that are being used. I'm ceasing to use them, and I'm, wherever possible, I'm changing over to my own, definitely my own, that I create with my own hands, so that I know there's never going to be a copyright issue. However, this is going to take a while because of the sheer volume of videos I've put out there, and a lot of them don't have that problem anyway, but some of them possibly do. And to go through them all, like from scratch, go right back to the start and change the thumbnail. I mean, I've done it on a couple of playlists already, but it takes forever and a day. But, you know, I'm going to do it. So that's going to be happening. So you're going to be seeing different alternate thumbnails for things. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing. Anyway, I hope I haven't scared you all to death now with copyright. And everyone's going, oh my goodness, I've got to go and change this and change that. The chances are you're going to be fine, but just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. So that's my thoughts on the whole copyright business. So but you know, it's very real. It's there, but it is a very grey area as far as I'm concerned. So in order to eliminate any possible problems that may arise, you know, just be careful. A lot of you are, I know, but some of you aren't. I know that too. So I'm just putting it out there. So that's my thoughts on the whole copyright infringement thing. And that brings me to the end of this P&Q. Oh, sad. So, remember guys, all brushes lead to war. That's my saying, I made it up, you know. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now, folks. Bye-bye.